Hey folks, today we are going to solve a Leetcode problem which is reverse bits. So the problem statement states that we will be given an integer, an unsigned 32-bit integer. So what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to reverse all the bits of that unsigned integer. For example, let's say we have the number 4 here, n equal to 4. So what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to reverse all these bits. So the basic idea is that the last bits will go first in the result. Like this one will go first, like here. This one will go here, and the number 1 is going to go here, and this process will keep going until all bits are exhausted in the given input. So this way we can reverse the number. I think the problem statement is pretty much clear, so we can move on to the basic approach. So that is going to be, so for ease I'm taking a smaller version of the given input, like I'm taking only 6-bit of it. So n equal to 4, so it's going to be 0 0 0 1 0 0. So the reverse of this is going to be, this one will come in the first place, the last one will come in the first place, again 0 1 0 0 and 0. So the output is going to be 8, right? So the basic approach needs memory space. So the approach is very simple. I'm going to store all these bits in an array on a stack, and I'm going to reverse it based on the given data structure, and then I'm going to compute the 2 powers for it. So let me tell you with an dry run of this. So I'm gonna take a stack for ease. Let's say this is our stack. So I'm gonna start from this position. What I'll do is I'm seeing a 0 here, so I'll push 0 into my stack, and then I'm going to right shift, so this 0 will be gone. Then I'll be at this position, push 0, right shift it, this position 1, this position 0, right shifting it, I'll be at this position, again 0, right shift it, this position, I'll see an 0 in the end, so I'll right shift this, so I'll be at here, and I'll have no more bits here, so I'm exhausted. So this is my desired stack. So what I'll do is, we know that this is a 6-bit integer. I'm going to start with 2 power 6. So that's how we actually compute, convert the decimal to binary, binary to decimal. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pop this one, pop the top element, and multiply it 2 power 6. If you don't understand this computation, you have to go through the basics of conversion of decimal to binary and binary to decimal. So when I pop this, I'll be at here. So this represents 2 power 5. I'm going to pop this also, 2 power 5, and similarly I'll be at here representing 2 power 4. So 0 into 2 power 4 plus pop this one, go to here, 1 into 2 power 3, pop this one, go to, we'll go here, 2 power 2, 0 into 2 power 2, pop this, go here, 2 power 1, 0 into 2 power 1, pop this. So now we have emptied the stack, so that means we are ready for the computation. So what the output is going to be, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8, 0 plus 0. So the answer is going to be 8. So we got the basic, we got the desired output. So the time complexity for this approach is going to be big of num. Num represents the number of bits, and space is also big of num because we are storing all the bits that are that represent the number. So obviously this approach is right, but the interviewer will not be happy with this approach, and there is room for a bit of optimization in this approach. So I'm taking the same example for the optimal approach, which is number 4, only considering 6 bits of it, and I'm considering a variable result for storing a result. And for the optimal approach, you just need to follow these 3 steps to get the desired result. So the first step is left shift result. So irrespective of the binary number which is 1 or 0, my binary bit which is 1 or 0, you just have to left shift it, which means that you are increasing the number. And the second step is going to be check if it is 1 in n, or in n, or if it is 0 in n, so that you can change if it is 0 or 1 in the result. The third step is to right shift. As we know that we cannot for loop the bits, we just have to right shift and left shift to get the positions that we want. So let me, if you don't understand, it's okay, I'll try run this approach, then you'll get a clear idea about it. What we're going to do, see, the number is 0 0 0 1 0, and we have res equal to 0 initially. So firstly, the step is I'm going to left shift it. It is going to be 0 initially, okay? And then this points generally here, I'm pointing it. It is not a pointer, but I'm just using it for the reference. So I'm checking that if this is 0 or not. So it is 0. When it is 0, I do not perform any operation, and I just proceed to the third step. So I'm going to right shift it. So this 0 will be gone. Now I'll be pointing to 0 0 0 1 0 at this position. So I'll repeat the same process. So firstly left shift, you'll get 0 0, and I'll check if this is 0 or not. Yes, it is 0, so I do not perform any operation and move to third directly. So I'm going to right shift, I'll be at this position. So now it is going to be 0 0 0 1, res equal to, this is right. So now I'm going to left shift again, so I'm getting 3 zeros and 1. So now I see there is a 1. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to perform an XOR with the res in order to get 1 in this position. So that is what we want. We are left shifting because to get a position in the result, right? That's what we discussed in the during discussing about steps. So what we are going to do, we are going to perform XOR with 0 0 1. You're going to get 0 0 1. So this is going to be the new res. Okay, once this is done, I'm going to right shift it, come at this position, 0 0 0. So res, I'm going to left shift it, so 0 0 1 0. So hence it is 0. I do not perform any operation, move directly to the third step, right shift it, go to this position. Now this becomes 0 0 1 0 0. Again right shift this position, 0 0 1 0 0. Done. We'll get this as my output, res. So this indirectly represents res equal to 8, right? So this is going to be the optimal approach. You do not have to maintain an array to do this. You just have to perform these 3 steps until all the bits of your given input are exhausted. I hope the optimal approach is pretty much clear. So let's go to the code, the C++ code. So this is going to be the C++ approach. So initially we are taking the result as we have already discussed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform this loop so that I can have all the positions of the 32-bit input. So this is the left shift operation, so that I can add zeros or ones to the result, and then if the number is 1, like the LSB is 1, what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to add 1 to that result. Okay, so that is what we did, the XOR operation. Okay, and then we are going to delete that. How do we delete the LSB of that integer? We are going to do the right shift operation. That indirectly means we are deleting the LSB so that we can get the LSB which is next to it. So this process keeps on going for the 32-bit till we get the reverse number of that given bits. So once the loop is run for 32 times, the output is returned. So the time complexity of this approach is going to be O of num, big O of num. So num is number of bits as usual, and the space is going to be big O of 1. because we are just using a single variable to get the result. We are not using any array or stack, though it represents like that, but we are not using it. So let's just run this code. Yeah, so the approach is very clear. I hope you guys like this video. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, subscribe, and do not miss to hit that bell icon. Thank you so much.